you. Still here. Still having a hard time with balancing, but at least things are moving because things were not moving before. So we're still in a good spot. We just need to get in a better spot and we're moving towards that. So that's very, very good. Okay. And just in case, ooh, I don't know what the deal about it is, but apparently, yay. I don't know. I hope you guys can hear me because I have these little ear things in. Anyways, I'm wearing my baby. Thank you, Cesar. Thank you very much. I'm wearing my baby, and I'm wearing it to cover my little outfit that I'm going to be wearing for this little shoot that I'm going to do in a sec. This is not what the video is about, but it's something I'm thinking about right now. My daughter has introduced me to this show called like Crazy in Love on Zeus or something. I actually don't really know the name of the show, but it's got like Rocky, and they call her another name, and it's got her boyfriend, which is Blueface. And I saw where her family just met Blueface, but they knew that Blueface had hit her like you don't hit ladies. And so they were confronting him about it. They were like, you know, hey, don't, you know, that's the baby of the family, and don't touch her. Which I understood. What I didn't understand is that Blueface kept trying to reason with them. He kept saying, well, if somebody hits you, what would you do? Have you ever hit your girl? Yes. And I think her brother was like, yes, I have, but it's not something I'm proud of. I never want to do that again. Which I'm like, Blueface would not let it go. They were like, don't hit my sister anymore. And he was just like, I mean, if anybody hit me, I'm gonna hit him back. That's what he was like. So I don't know if that's how we're raising our sons now. I see a lot of more machoism, and not just, it's like all guys now are just like, it seems like you're more cool, not all guys, but in whatever, every race, every this, every that, it's okay to punch a woman in the face like a guy. And it's not. Nobody is saying, and this is one thing that people I keep hearing. People say, oh, so then it's okay for a girl to hit a guy. We've never been taught it was okay to hit a guy. Ever. Not even before you guys were born, when things were in black and white, were we taught that we should hit a guy. But guys were taught that they should not hit a girl, and it's because it's not a fair fight. I have been in a fight with males and females, and I tell you what, I don't want to be in a fight with a male ever. I you know, it is quite different. Her punch on my face is quite different from your punch on my face. And I don't even want her punching me in the face, but especially yours. And I think about when women get attacked and how men are now, they're more ruthless than they used to be. Now it's just like trying to alter your face type of get you to comply. And I'm just like, you don't have to hit that hard. It hurts. I mean, it hurts, period. It's going to hurt. But I don't know. We just seem to be more ruthless. But he said, as long as if somebody hits me, I'm gonna hit him back. Okay, so we don't hit her back. There is one guy that I saw. Oh no, yeah. Well, it's actually two guys, but one guy that I saw do this. One guy that I saw, both of them were like good men, which is not something I was used to seeing my mom with. But one of them actually took a strike from her, bad one, and he was such a good man. He was such a good man, but he had never been stricken by her before, and the way he was behaving, he didn't think that was right. So you could tell, I mean, he was a little man, and he doesn't hit people. I mean, he doesn't, I mean, but he knows. He knew his, whatever she did to him would have been quite different to what he could do to her. So you could see him, and I've never seen him like that before, ever. Like, I've never seen him, like, tense up, like tense up and almost puff up. But it was like he was telling himself, he was purposely keeping his hands down. And it was a bad thing my mom did. Like, she took her nails, and she had these really thick nails, and she said, right across his face. And she was like, she's like, and she always wears rings too, so she'll even, you know, she told him, because you can't bend my N word if you can't beat my ass. That's what she said. She's just used to chaos, so she doesn't know what to. After a while, good guys get boring to her, so she just cheats on them and tries to see if she can get them to do something. Like, do something. Some women are just like that. A lot of us don't need it, don't want it. It's not exciting. Because I remember on one of the comments, I was saying, oh no honey, I don't, and somebody was like, Africa, what if a girl wants something different and something in her life? And I was like, for a girl to want that in her life, you have to know that she must have been through some things. She has been through this, but when she's in that relationship with you, you're going to only want her to be aware of the things that you've been through. So if that means, if different means taking fists to the face, getting cheated on, and possibly wondering about any kind of sexually transmitted diseases or any babies that I can't have but you're letting them have, and all this other stuff, if that's what different and exciting is, I'll take a nerd any freaking day. I don't want that. I want to be cherished, and I don't want anybody who thinks it's okay to hit me. I don't think it's okay for women to hit guys, but this is what the guy did. Okay, she went like whoosh to him, and it was no bueno. His face, you could see it was no bueno. He braced himself, and he got up, and he was so mad. And he walked out of our house, and we never saw him again. And I always wanted to thank him for that, because I didn't know what he was going to do, but I had never seen a man, after my mom attacked him, just get up and leave. They usually just start boxing, and then there's some old stitches that my mom has that keeps reopening. I don't know why she does these things, but him walking away made such a good impression on me. I mean, it stuck with me. It stuck with me. This is what you're supposed to do. What do you do when a woman hits you? He reminded himself of why he was always told not to hit a girl. Maybe he had seen his mother get hit before. I really have a hard time with where I'm supposed to look. Okay, I'm just gonna look over here. Okay, since the eyes are getting worse, it's even worse. It's even worse than it used to be. But I had never seen a man do that before, and he was one of the guys that never like touched my sister and I. So I just always wanted to bump into him and thank him for showing me what men are supposed to do. She should not have hit him. He didn't deserve it. He was a good man. He's not into that, oh, N-word, this, that, the other thing. He wasn't into that. He was very sweet. But he got up and walked away because he knows the damage that he could have done to her. And maybe he has seen his mom. Women aren't meant to be punched. I mean, and men aren't meant to be punched either. But if it happens, just walk away. Walk away from her. I've seen men try and walk away and the lady doesn't let him go, though. That's a tough one. Like, you're trying to walk away and the lady's in your face and yelling, and then she's like in your face like a little poodle, just like taller though, way taller, because she's a woman and poodles are poodles, and she's just like, you have to be strong, man. I've seen men like just puff out their chest and you can see they're just trying to, lady, get out of my face. You're seeing, but they walk away, and I feel bad when they get to the ones that won't let them walk away. Ladies, do not hit men unless you're like my mom, and that's the kind of man she wants. But then it's weird because, well, I didn't hear her cry about it, but I hear a lot of women cry about men hitting, like, why are you gonna do that to me? And I feel like there was some way they had to have known this is the type of man they were getting, but maybe he would be different with her. That, don't ever think that. Don't hit them. They may hit back, and their hits, they're not trying to just hit us, they're trying to damage us. You're trying to just hit him, he's trying to damage you. So try not to hit them. But men, if women hit you, the appropriate thing is not to hit her back. It is to walk away. There's strength differences. There was this lady who had okay, so she was trans, okay, and she was a part of boxing, ladies boxing. And I felt so bad because I agree that, you know, I'm all for people, you know, just being who they actually are. So if you woke up and you had a penis and you realized you're kind of jealous of the girls because you want to be a girl too, the fact that we have science like that is so amazing to me. And I love that you can you can have a feeling about what you'd like to be, and you can actually turn and be that way now. So I love that. But she's fighting with women. She's fighting with women. I don't know if she's been all the way changed. She probably has, but she hasn't, because there are some men that you cannot tell. I mean, there are some women that you cannot tell were born men unless they tell you. This woman in particular, at the time, I don't know if how it is now, but you could still see that. I mean, she looked very feminine, very pretty, but you could still see that she's a bit too strong to be fighting men, and to be fighting women. She was too strong for it yet. So I would think, you know, wait till you are like an actual, you know, because they do. I don't know how that happens either. Estrogen or whatever, but it happens so well. Like, the longer you've been on it, it seems, I mean, you turn into, I mean, you really have to tell somebody. You have to tell somebody, because some people just turn out so gorgeous. It had me at one point thinking that men are just going to leave us for them because they get so perfect, but that's not what happened. So that's yay. Anyways, this whole thing is not what the video was about. I was just thinking about that because he was seriously like, you know, she hits me, and have you ever hit, and reasoning with them, and they were like, don't do that to her. And I was like, so he can do it to other women but not her? Kershay, I can't remember her name, but I'll say The Rock because she's a tough one, and that's what they call her too. But it's no. You walk away. Your strength, whatever she can do to you, is not going to be anything compared to, I know you think it will feel the same, but it's not going to feel the same. Whatever you're doing to her is not going to, I mean, shoot. He laid out her dad. I'm like, I don't know that she could actually do that. Anyways, okay, so I went to a show, a bachelor party before, and they specifically asked for moi, and that was very great. Although there was some type of argument because a lot of people kept on saying they keep specifically asking for me, and you need to talk to your manager because we specifically asked for you, and he keeps on trying to put, like, you know, blonde people in her face, and you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And I did talk to him. That should actually be this. I'll tell that story later. And I went to the party. There was only 2 guys there, so both of them had to give me their information, their information, so that I could let. At the time, I had a husband. I could let him know, but I called him the over the phone escort. Anyways, I so they had to give me their ID. They had to, anyway, they had to give me stuff just so that I would know that, so they'd know that someone knew where I was. And if I didn't show up at a certain time, that something's wrong, or didn't call at a certain time, then something was wrong. And but anyways, I went over there, and it was two guys, and they had like all kind of powder on the table. All kind. I've never been to a house like that where it's just all out. I mean, people like bring some out, but it was just like all out. I don't even know if they're alive today. No, just kidding. They probably are, but it was just all out. And they asked if I wanted some. They're like, "You want some?" And I was just like, "No, no, thank you." And what was interesting to me was the size of their penises. I don't know, I mean, the size of their manly parts. I don't know if it was like that's the way they were born. I had the impression then that it was all the drugs. I was like, because I hadn't seen anything that small. It was like when you go to a government building and they have pencils there without erasers. It's like it's half pencils and no erasers, and it's just these little bitty things. This was how literally the penises were. It made me think drugs, because they were everywhere. I'm like, well, maybe this is just years and years of doing drugs. I don't know, but I was really shocked by it. And when I used to do things like that, it was like not, it wasn't all the way kind of stuff. It was just really me doing a dance and getting naked, and they were to, do this before it was time for me to leave. So it was like they can do themselves before it's time for me to leave. And they both were really, really sure that they could do it. But one of them could. One of them was fine. And the other one, it was like he couldn't because his friend was there. He couldn't because his friend was there. And I don't know why that's the story for today, but they were really cool guys. I went home and I was fine. Nothing happened, or it was just really interesting to see it was really interesting to see man parts that size. And also it was interesting to walk in and see a bunch of powder on the table. So I'm sorry if this video went very long, because I know I just didn't really talk about much. I actually started recording and I didn't even think before I started recording what I was going to talk about. I was thinking about like Blueface and what's her name? And Rocky, The Rock, and what's her name? Okay, it doesn't matter. I was thinking about those two, and him seriously trying to argue with everybody who said, hey, don't hit ladies. He's trying to argue with them. Hey, you've done it before. And they're just like, yeah, but it's not a banner that I hold up. I've done it, but I don't do it now. I try not to do it ever. Just walk away. But anyways, I just wanted you guys to know I'm still here, and I'm working it out. Anyways, you guys, bye. I hope I'm looking in the right place. I don't know, because it looks like I'm supposed to look right there, but I know that I'm supposed to look here. It's awful. One day I'll get it. One day I'll get it. Okay. Bye. And see, because on this phone, there's something that makes me think I'm supposed to look there. It's like telling me to look there. But if I look there, but I'm supposed to look over here, I think. Okay, anyway.